the reason you grew up in Miami is because your parents, you escaped the initial revolution in Iran.
That's right.
Have we ever been any closer to this moment of this regime falling than we are right now?
People forget there's been just a lot of blood that's spilled. You can go back to the student protests of '99. You could go back to the Twitter standoff. What happened in 2009, obviously, with the Masa Amini protests
Right.
2-3 years ago. I don't believe ever has this much blood been spilled. You could go back to the revolution itself. I think maybe there were 500, 1,000 people killed under the Shah. We're still getting numbers trickling in from Tehran and Mashhad and the other parallel cities. This regime is willing to mow down people. I mean, Iran might just have had its Tiananmen Square. The question is there enough frustration? Is there enough of a resolve to stand up and try to throw the regime out? It's a very difficult thing to do in a geostrategically important country of 90 million people.
I was in Abu Dhabi about a month ago. Obviously, a huge Iranian diaspora. This was before these protests. The optimism that something was afoot was very high, and the thing that I kept being told is, you don't understand. This water crisis is real in Tehran, and it's just the lack of basics might be why this regime falls.
Yes, but they opened fire with live rounds on people, and they shut off the internet. And it's one thing if there was a general or enough of a leakage in the system, which you can imagine looking back to what happened in June with the 14-day war. Clearly, it's a system that leaks and have many people that are trying to cover their own assets, if you will, when and if everything falls. But too many people that are financially, emotionally, politically invested in this 45, 46-year-old system to let it go without a bloody fight.
What can intervention do? Is there good intervention, and is there bad intervention, whether it's the United States or anybody else around the world?
You know, I've always struggled with this because if you've had Ben Rhodes on your show. You've covered what Obama did and didn't do in 2009 when there was that impasse. What are you supposed to say? What are you supposed to do? I mean, Bibi Netanyahu was out there saying that this is going to be a new moment for the great ancient Iranian people. So yes, you had your way with Iran's airspace. What were you going to do? Have a no-fly zone and say, all right, people, go out there in the streets. It's all yours. And then you could say this was done with the help of Netanyahu and Israel. You're going to have a no-fly zone. What exactly is entailed? You take out a bunch of military or quasi-military installations and they still open fire on the people. I think that support for the hearts and minds of people is just so empty, but there's so much frustration in the exile community now that they're actually pining for boots on the ground. They're actually pining for Reza Pahlavi, Jr. to come back. And this guy was, I think, in the past derided. Now they're hoping to hang on to anything to finally throw off the yoke of this regime. Again, it's been 46, 47 years, many generations.
I hear, could it work? Is this, or is it too risky for the United States to try some surgical strike that takes out the Supreme Leader?
When has it last worked for us?
Well, that's my question.
I mean, they decapitated Saddam Hussein. Maybe if you had the Baathists involved in the new regime. You remember Rumsfeld saying this is what free people do, and it was this terrible vacuum and created a whole generation in the United States that was anathema to this kind of operation. And hence you see the kind of asset boots light operation in Caracas right now.
Right.
Certainly we can install the democratically elected leader and put troops on the ground there.
But we've chosen not to.
But these things don't work. I mean, the intervention didn't work in Iran in the 1950s. It was a big reason why the people came together and fomented this revolution in '79. And there's a lot of cognitive dissonance about it right now. I mean, we do know that blood has to be spilled. We do know that it's really wresting quite a bone from this regime to get some of the demands that they want. And it's not going to happen without a significant, maybe intolerable amount of blood.
I've had some journalists with good ties in Iran. I don't have them, so this is secondhand sourcing, that indicate this current president thinks that if something happens, he wants to be on the side of helping, that he sees himself, as somebody painted it to me, as Iran's Gorbachev. Do you buy it?
The exile community loves him. I can tell you this. You go to Tehrangeles, you go to Great Neck, you go to the Bethesda, these other periods. And the Filipino exile, there's this love for a kind of a strong man. And you could totally, absolutely romance the idea of a Trump Plaza Tehran, and he wants that Nobel Prize, and he has one that is being loaned right now. But again, this is a heavy lift.